Welcome to IAM Basics. Who gets access to what and why it matters. A single misconfigured IAM permission led to the theft of 100 million customer records in 2019. Identity and access management is the most important security concept in AWS, and this video will make it simple and actionable. This program is Module 3, Episode 1 of the Understanding AWS and Cloud Services course, brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team. The Capital One breach was a wake-up call, costing over $190 million. It wasn't a sophisticated hack, but a simple misconfigured IAM role with excessive permissions. The EC2 service had unnecessary admin permissions, which an attacker exploited to fetch credentials and access sensitive S3 data. This mistake is common, but entirely preventable. IAM is the gatekeeper for everything in AWS. Every action, like launching a server or reading a file, is either authorized or denied by IAM. It controls who can launch EC2 instances, access S3 files, query RDS databases, and even view billing reports. Nothing bypasses IAM. Think of IAM like your office building's security. Your AWS account is the building, and IAM is the security infrastructure controlling who enters and what they can do inside. This mental model makes technical definitions easier to understand. Let's explore the core concepts using a workplace analogy. IAM users are individual employees with their own badge. IAM groups are departments, allowing you to assign permissions to a group rather than individuals. IAM roles are job titles or temporary visitor badges assigned to services and applications for elevated access. IAM policies are the rulebook, specifying allowed or denied actions. Core Concept 2 is the principle of least privilege. Only grant access to resources absolutely needed, and nothing more. Violating this is the most common root cause of breaches. Giving everyone admin access is dangerous. It increases the damage from compromised accounts, allows misconfigured apps to delete data, and violates compliance frameworks. Transitioning to least privilege takes time, but even small steps reduce your attack surface. Move from a state of everyone has admin to audit permissions, and finally, apply least privilege. Start by auditing the permissions your most active users actually use. Core Concept 3 is the critical distinction between IAM users and IAM roles. Getting this wrong creates serious security gaps. The simple rule is, users are for people, and roles are for services and applications. IAM users are named identities for humans with permanent credentials. IAM roles are temporary identities for services and applications, which automatically rotate short-lived credentials. Pro tip: never hard-code AWS access keys. Use an IAM role instead, as hard-coded keys are a leading cause of credential theft. Core Concept 4 covers policy types. AWS-managed policies are pre-built, well-tested, and updated by Amazon, best for most use cases. Customer-managed policies are self-maintained and reusable for custom requirements. Avoid inline policies, which are written directly onto a single entity, making them hard to audit and reuse. IAM policies are written in JSON, answering 3 questions: effect, action, and resource. Effect is whether the permission is allow or deny. Action is what specific operation is being performed. Resource is on what the action applies. Knowing these makes any policy readable. This policy example allows the actions getObject and putObject on objects within, quote, my app bucket. The effect allow grants permission. The actions allow reading and uploading files, but not deleting them. The resource specifies the exact S3 bucket. Remember the default deny rule. If a permission isn't explicitly granted, it is automatically denied. Core Concept 6, your AWS root account. When you create an AWS account, you create a root account with unrestricted access. It cannot be restricted by IAM policies. Treat it like a master key secured in a vault to be used only in absolute emergencies. Follow these 5 rules for your root account. First, enable MFA immediately. It is your last line of defense. Second, use a shared inbox for the email. Third, delete root access keys. Fourth, never use it for daily work. Fifth, store credentials securely in a password manager. Core Concept 7. IAM Access Analyzer is a free, built-in AWS tool that continuously monitors your account. It flags permissions more open than they should be, such as S3 buckets accidentally made public, or IAM roles accessible to external accounts. Think of it as a security camera running 24/7 at no additional cost. Enabling IAM Access Analyzer takes less than 2 minutes. Open the IAM console, click Access Analyzer in the left navigation panel, create an analyzer by choosing your account or organization, and review the findings to view any overly permissive access. The analyzer runs continuously in the background. Theory is important, but seeing IAM in action is best. We will now do a hands-on demo to create a real developer's IAM group. We will apply a custom policy, add a user, and then test their permissions using the policy simulator, all in a safe environment. Demo step 1 is to create the developer's IAM group. In the AWS console, navigate to IAM, then User Groups, and click Create Group. Name the group Developers. We skip attaching an AWS managed policy for now. Groups matter because permissions assigned to the group automatically apply to all members, simplifying management. Demo step 2 is to write a custom policy granting S3 read/write access while explicitly denying the ability to terminate EC2 instances. This is a crucial security measure. Remember, in IAM, an explicit deny always wins over an allow, making deny statements your strongest security tool. Demo step 3 involves adding a user to the group. Navigate to IAM Users and Add Users. Enable AWS Management Console access and set a temporary password. Add the user to the developers group. Finally, confirm permissions on the User's Permissions tab to see the custom policy inherited from the group. Demo step 4 is to test the permissions using the IAM Policy Simulator. This is one of AWS's most powerful and underused features. It lets you test any permission for any user in a safe sandbox without performing the action on live resources. This turns security from guesswork into certainty. To run the test, go to IAM, Policy Simulator, and select your test user. Test S3, get object and put object. The expected result is allow. Test EC2, terminate instances. The expected result is deny. The policy simulator is vital for verifying permissions before an employee starts, or testing a policy change before rollout. Here is a visual summary of the architecture we just built. The user is a member of the developers group, which is governed by the custom IAM policy. This policy explicitly allows S3 read/write, but explicitly denies EC2 termination, ensuring least privilege is enforced. Now for your action plan. The top 10 IAM settings every AWS account should have. Security does not need to be overwhelming. These 10 checks are the most impactful IAM configurations you can implement this week, requiring no advanced technical knowledge. Part 1 of the checklist includes 5 crucial checks. First, root account MFA is enabled. Second, root access keys are deleted. Third, no users have administrator access unless strictly required. Fourth, all human users have MFA enabled. And fifth, IAM Access Analyzer is enabled. Part 2 covers the next 5 checks. Sixth, users are organized into groups, not individually permissioned. Seventh, no inline policies are in use. Eighth, service roles are used instead of hard-coded keys. Ninth, unused IAM users are deactivated. And 10th, a strong password policy is enforced. Avoid these common IAM mistakes. Do not give everyone admin access. Never hardcode access keys in code. Use IAM roles instead. Always deactivate departed employees. Avoid using broad wildcards everywhere in policies. And finally, do not use the root account for daily work. Here is a quick reference table summarizing IAM concepts at a glance. It compares IAM users to employees, IAM groups to departments, IAM roles to contractors, IAM policies to rulebooks, and the root account to a master key. It also lists the best practice for each. IAM is a business risk, not just a technical problem. The average data breach costs nearly $5 million. 74% of breaches involve the human element, including misconfigured access. Protecting your business can be simple. Enabling Access Analyzer takes just 2 minutes and is the single highest impact security action you can take today. IAM is the foundation. Get this right first. Every other security layer assumes a correctly configured IAM foundation. A firewall won't help if an attacker has valid credentials. Start here. Secure your foundation, and the rest of your security stack will work as intended. We've reached the end of this video. Here are the key takeaways. IAM controls every action in AWS. Nothing happens without its authorization. Remember that least privilege is your most important security principle. Only grant the access that is absolutely necessary. Also, users are for people, while roles are for services. Treat your root account like a vault. Never use it for daily work. Finally, IAM Access Analyzer is free and incredibly useful for continuously checking permissions. Get your free AWS IAM Security Checklist, which is a one-page PDF audit checklist. It includes 10 actionable checks, organized by priority, with console instructions. Most business owners complete this audit in under 60 minutes. It is perfect for technical leads and office managers responsible for AWS security. In the next episode, we dive into MFA and access keys, focusing on how human beings authenticate into AWS. We'll cover virtual versus hardware MFA, safe access key rotation, and how to set up secure, MFA-protected access for your entire team.